As the wait continues for the next quarterback of the New York Football Giants, who we don't know who that would be, Seth is like in a cloud. I don't know if your camera needs, I think your camera needs a little bit of cleaning. And by the way, you're on mute, but I think there you go. No, oh, yeah, much better.
Now a little bit better.
Now we can see the old man. Look at the old man. So anyway,
his gray hair and yeah.
As we look towards your new quarterback for your next 6-11 season, here we are, right? I mean,
being optimistic.
Am I though? 6-11, really? Optimistic.
The division we're in, it may be a little tough.
Maybe. Well, first, let's talk about a team that is keeping the core together, spending a boatload of money to do it, and it's definitely the team that you thought probably the least likely to do such, and that is Mike Brown's Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know who you are, but I'm hearing like all sorts of feedback. But anyway, it is the Cincinnati Bengals who signed Jamar Chase to like $40 million. They signed T. Higgins to like $35 million, $30 million.
No, I think he was 4 years, 115. So I think it's an average of 27.
Doing math, a little less than 30. And they still have Trey Hendrickson where they need to do that, or they need to get rid of him. Duke Tobin, the personnel director, who consistently, to his credit, said we are not trading T. Higgins over and over and over again over the last 3 years. He has said Jamar Chase and T have proven they are outstanding wide receivers. Oh, this is from Mike Brown. Together with Joe Burrow, we have a very potent offense. Okay.
True.
That's good. And now from Duke Tobin, the Bengals have a long history of drafting and retaining elite wide receivers. Okay, I don't know who they retained, but let's go with draft.
Eddie Brown?
TJ Hushmahu?
They did keep Ocho Cinco for a long time.
Okay. And we're happy to continue that tradition with Jamar and T. We are known for our explosive, high-scoring offense, and Jamar and T are a big part of that identity. They've earned these extensions with their abilities and promise for the future. We have this is the money shot. We have our wide receivers. The rest of the league can go find their own. I like that. That's a great quote. Well, I mean, we know that in the past couple of years, it's been, hey, T. Higgins is on a franchise tag, right? Will they trade him?
Yes.
Hey, T. Higgins is on another franchise tag. Will they trade him? And never in anybody's wildest dreams did you think that Mike Brown and the Cincinnati Bengals would pony up for these two guys and to the money that they have, and Joe Burrow. I mean, they are basically spending $120 million a year on 3 players. Truthfully, I don't know any other team that's doing that.
Sure you do.
Do I? 120? Who? Cowboys aren't doing it anymore.
Prescott, Lamb, and when they're going to sign Parsons.
Well, but that's a big difference. If they sign Parsons. Actually, I do. Oh. I do know a team. The Cleveland Browns are spending $120 million on their top 3 guys.
They're spending $120 million. It's close to that on their top 2. Who's the third?
Well, that's what I was just going to go look up who their third was, because I'm actually intrigued. So Deshaun, actually, it's funny because according to Spotrac, so Deshaun is earning only 36 on the cap this year. Myles Garrett is at 23 on the cap this year. So between Garrett, Denzel Ward is their number 3. They're only spending $75 million. $85 million.
There's got to be a trio. What? Hold on. I mean, let me think. Let's think about this for a second.
Well, the kicker is Deshaun Watson's cap number next year is $81 million. And Myles Garrett's cap number in 2029 is $62 million. All right, you think that there's another team that's paying 3 guys more? Now, to be fair, I didn't look up what Jamar and T are being paid this year. So let's see what that's at, because that's probably a little bit different. Joe Burrow's at 46, so that's $10 million more than Deshaun Watson. 46. T. Higgins is at 26. Oh, this doesn't have their new contracts in it. Okay, that's not fair. We can't be going because the contracts haven't been changed. So I don't know what's going on with your feedback, dude.
I thought that was on you, actually.
Nope, so not on me. So 46 for Burrow, and I think it's 28. Hold on, cap numbers. Jamar Chase, right? So I bet you the cap. So the cap number is 21. The 3 combined hits for 2025 will be likely under $100 million, according to whatever it's on CBS.
Yeah, I just actually went to go check the Eagles, but that was shockingly low. A.J. Brown, 17. Jalen Hurts is 21, which I assumed would be.
Right, because their out caps are much, much more because then they can renegotiate. Jalen Hurts is 28 is $47 million. And A.J. Brown is 29. A.J. Brown's on a reasonable contract. I mean, the thing is he's got a void year of $53 million in 2030, which means that rooster will come home to roost at some point. And Saquon's only at $6 million next year.
No, so Joe is at 46, T is at 26, and Jamar is at 21.
Yeah. So anyway, but welcome back to Relevance. Now the question is, can you fit?
He's like, can I just give you?
What am I getting from? That wasn't
I don't know.
me.
That one my cell phone accidentally went off. Sorry.
Okay, so in other news, let's see what the Bengals can do. The Eagles have been really good at doing this because they supplement with draft picks, and they
do, and they have like a zillion of them this year.
Right. And the Bengals, I mean, Duke Tobin, notwithstanding his statement, have not been able to secure players and keep them for a very long period of time, either on the offensive or defensive side. So the question is of this team is, how do you surround this high-priced talent with lower rookie contracts? That's the only way that this works. I mean,
correct.
If you want to look at a team that did that, I mean, I'm looking at it from the basketball point of view, but they are fundamentally the Miami Heat right now. They got 3 guys, and now they have to back end all those other players. And
correct.
That's not very easy in the NFL. It's much easier in basketball where all you have is 5 guys on a court.
See, now you have me curious. I'm looking all through the overthecap.com to see if there's anyone who hits the profile. But you're right, I don't think anyone does.
I mean,
I don't think anyone breaks 100, to be honest.
So the Bills got 41, 19, and who's on the defense? It's all about the defense at this point. Nope, they don't have that. Bills are nowhere close. What other team would be there? I mean, Washington wouldn't. Tennessee.
Nope.
Niners with McCaffrey. So you got Kittle. No, McCaffrey's only a $9 million hit this year. And on the defense, the problem is this is defense. Oh, maybe Nick Bosa's at 20. Fred Warner's at 29.
Oh, San Francisco?
Fred Warner. So 22, 29, and 20. So that's 50, 72 for San Francisco.
Yeah, the only one I've seen bigger is Dallas, ironically. 52, but CeeDee Lamb is number 4, which is kind of funny. Prescott's at 52. Micah Parsons is at 24. Terrence Steele is at 18. So that puts you at 94, which I think is higher than what the Bengals were. Or right,
you freeze?
Pretty damn close.
Wait, so I froze for a second. What? Who did you say?
The Cowboys.
Okay, so
ironically, CeeDee Lamb's not there.
Right. Well, because his end out cap is a lot. I mean, Matthew Stafford's got 49. Devontae Adams has 14. And
No,
Cooper
Kevin
Kupp,
Dotson is the number 2.
Yeah, so that doesn't work either.
It's too hard to figure out because so many of these. Oh, that is bad.
Oh,
Is that on your side or
What's
mine?
bad?
The feedback.
I don't know what you're
What I
talking.
heard.
Nope, not
Okay,
me.
never mind.
Not me. So, are you having a long day, buddy?
I'm in busy season. I always have long days. But
I know. I'm trying to. I think some of this feedback is on. I don't think the feedback's on me, but I got to close some windows. I have like 12 screens up, so I'm sure some of that is on me. So apologies to those that are getting some feedback or getting some technical difficulties. In fact, I think I just froze up. But
no, you're good. You're good.
Yep,
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm closing some stuff down. It's been a day, but anyway. But meanwhile, would you like to go through your bracket, sir? Because the bracket is where
should we do one for competition purposes? We'll fill it out simultaneously. Or you just want to talk?
We absolutely should. No,
so let's just do it as we
go. And I have my do it as we go. I'm trying to close down some screens because I got
Which ESPN,
but
CBS?
So I have a bracket on Yahoo, but it doesn't matter. We can just go through it, and then we'll figure out where we put these later. I will not adjust my picks. So
I'll create a bracket on Yahoo for me. So that's fine.
Perfectly fine. We can do that. Okay, so let's start with the South. Okay, so first of all, let me ask you this: any surprises overall? North Carolina getting in pretty big
is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They are 1-11 against that. That's insane. How do you have one legitimate win and make a tournament? I don't want to hear that because Bubba Cunningham was the head of the committee and he whatever, he wasn't part of the conversation. Well, I mean, he may not have been part of the conversation, but you cannot explain to me how a team which is 1-11, how that happens. That's not a thing. It's just not.
Look, you're not going to get any argument from me. I mean, obviously. I mean, from a guy that is an ACC guy, you still don't get an argument from me. I mean, they don't deserve to be in it. I'm not sure. Truth be told, I'm not sure 14 teams in the SEC belong in.
No, I think that's utterly ridiculous. Also,
but when you get into these super conferences, that's what you're left with, right? I mean, this is
it's terrible.
This is where you are. There's nothing more to this or less this. This is just where you are. So let's talk. Okay, let's talk about the South. Let's go to the South. So
give me 2 seconds. I'm actually. What's your email? So I'm sending you the link right now.
All right. So you can send it to sean.k.palmer. Anybody that wants to email me, you're happy to do that.
Hey, I used to give out your phone number on the show, so this is a lot better than that. At Gmail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So we'll do that. We'll do it while we're on this pod. And
we can invite a couple people.
Yeah. I mean, why not? By the way, for those that do actually listen to the show, be aware we are going to have some joint hosts in the summer months for the top 125 of the last 125 years. So we will be doing that.
No pressure on that one. If you want to do it, just let us know.
Just let us know. All right. So let's start off in the South. So
I'm trying to actually get onto the bracket. As weird as it sounds.
I'm already there. Obviously, some people have technical difficulties.
Some of us are a little slow. Okay.
This is true. Are you on? Are we ready?
I am.
I mean,
sensational group.
I mean, if we're at the same time, Seth, if we're talking about slow, Hertz Rent-A-Car thinks I was in New Jersey
I know.
at 3:14 in the morning on one day. I'm never awake at 3:14 in the morning. I'm the last person that's awake. But there are 2 tolls in my name on 3:14. All right, so we're in the South. I will take Auburn over whoever they are playing.
Come on, SFPA, just because I think they had a record under 500.
You're taking them in the first round?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
No, in the first 4 games, which is obviously I find utterly ridiculous, as anyone who knows me knows.
Right. Okay, so Auburn, who are you taking, Louisville or Creighton?
I will go with Louisville.
I will.
Kelsey's done an amazing job, and I've got to assume that the number 2 team in the ACC or 3 team in the ACC is better than the number 5 or 6 in well, I guess Creighton's still the number 2.
So all right. So on the 5-12, and here is the first upset for me. Michigan loses in the first round.
I agree.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Terrible matchup. How do you put, first of all, and I am certainly not a Michigan fan. How are they a 5 when Purdue is a 4 and Wisconsin is a 3? How does that work? They just won the title.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have won the title.
Why shouldn't they have won? Because we should have beaten them?
You guys should have beaten them. Like
we played lousy, and we lost at the buzzer.
But I guess my point is they shouldn't have been there anyway, right?
Yeah,
so
fine.
Okay.
How is Wisconsin a 3? I mean,
I'm not saying anybody else should have been anything, but they deserve a 5 or they deserve less. And they got to a 5, and that means they're bounced. First round, but bounced.
Agreed.
All
Against
right.
a team that's 31-4.
All right, what do you got for Texas A&M and Yale?
This is kind of my 50-50. I am going to go A&M.
There is no chance that this is 50-50. This is Texas A&M. Okay.
Not football.
All right. Mississippi wins.
Buzz will be gone soon.
Mississippi wins because UNC is not beating anybody, and San Diego State may win, but they're not going to beat Mississippi. So I'll take Mississippi.
Agreed. I'll take Iowa State.
As will I, although Lipscomb is a great story. So
why is Lipscomb a great story? I know nothing about the story.
Oh, because Lipscomb is 25-9.
Why is that a great story? Every that's an average mid-major to win.
Is it really though? 25-9? All right. Well, anyway. All right, 7-10. Where are you going?
I'm going to go with Mr. Dent and Mr. Patino down in New Mexico.
All right, I have Marquette winning this game. So I'm going to stick with Marquette. And then I got Michigan State winning the next game.
As do I.
Okay, let's go back up. So you got Michigan State and New Mexico for you.
I will go with the Sparty.
As will I. I have Iowa State versus Mississippi, and I have Mississippi winning this game.
I do too. Iowa State's too injured. They have 2 starters that are out. Don't like it.
Do you know we're perfect? Oh, we have one game that we're disputing.
Yeah, I purposely did that so we wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so A&M versus San Diego, and no, A&M wins this game.
Okay, agreed. Auburn over Louisville.
Yep, and then I got Auburn over an A&M.
And Michigan State over Ole Miss.
Yep.
Wow, that was boring.
And who do you have, A&M or Michigan State? Oh, sorry,
No,
Auburn or Michigan State.
I have Auburn.
As do I. All right. Let's go to which bracket are we in now? The bottom?
We'll go to the bottom. That's fine.
We'll go to the bottom. The bottom is the West, right?
Yep.
West.
Because when I think of West, I think of Florida, St. John's, and Maryland.
It's your bracket, dude. Go ahead. Who do you pick? I assume you're picking Florida.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, sorry, Samari. I'm going with Florida.
I got Florida, and then I got UConn.
Agreed.
Okay.
I got Colorado State over Memphis.
As do I.
And
Maryland and Grand Canyon. Where are you going, buddy?
I'll go with the Flying Terp, the Crab 5.
I agree. And then I got Missouri. I'm going to pick Drake over Missouri.
As am I.
Dear.
Texas Tech over Drake.
Texas Tech over Wilmington.
Over NC Wilmington, excuse me.
Okay. I will take Kansas over Arkansas.
I am taking Arkansas, and this way we can have the matchup everyone really wants to see. Patino, Calipari.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's true. And we'll get into Patino in a second because Seth and I had an offline conversation about.
We have a lot of offline conversations.
I know,
more
but
offline conversations than we do online
well,
conversations.
that's true, but specifically about this. Okay, so St. John's. So you have Calipari, Patino, and I have Patino and Bill Self, our favorite coach. So I am going to stay with Patino and having the win.
Yep. I'll go Patino, and I'll go with Texas Tech.
And I will go with Drake over Texas Tech.
There you go.
An 11 seed making it. All right. And then we have Maryland, Colorado State. You're 4-12 instead of a 5-12. Still giving it to your boys to come through?
Oh, yeah. All
right.
We're rolling.
So I got them and I got Florida.
This to me is.
I'm sorry. I had Connecticut. Sorry. So
Over
I
Florida?
Connecticut over Florida. Yep.
There you go.
Hey, I am paving the way for your boys to go to the
You are. I'm taking us anyway.
Totally
This is
paving your way to the Final Four.
This is hysterical to me. We've lost our last 4 games on buzzer beaters. And we've lost 8 games this year, none by more than 6. I don't understand why everyone thinks we're getting blown out in this game.
I don't have you blown out. I have you winning.
No. Well, yeah, I get it. I appreciate that. And then I have Texas Tech over St. John's.
So I have St. John's over Drake. And then I have Maryland over Connecticut. And then I have Maryland in the Final Four.
Oh, you still my heart. This is just because you want me to go to San Antonio.
No, I actually want to see Carly say yes. I think
She already did. She already did.
I know, but her saying yes on March 18th.
Well, there also may be a mitigating circumstance, but I'm not going to discuss that right now.
I'm just saying her saying yes on March 18th is different than her saying yes on April 1st. True?
I understand.
Could happen. Has happened. All right. So let's move on to our lovely Duke bracket, which I believe is the East. Duke always stays in the East. So I will take Duke at the first spot.
I will take Baylor in the 8-9.
I have Baylor in the 8-9 as well. I needed to move over to that bracket. I have Baylor in the 8-9. And then I have Oregon in the 5-12.
As do I. I have Akron over Arizona.
No, I have Arizona over Akron. Okay. And then I have VCU over BYU.
I have BYU.
In the Battle of U's. Wisconsin over Montana for me.
Big pull there, but agreed. I have St. Mary's over Vandy.
I have Vandy over St. Mary's. And then I have Bama over Robert Morris.
Yep.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's move on.
Bama over St. Mary's.
And I have Bama over Vanderbilt. So
I have the 27th. I have the Flying Mormons over Wisconsin.
Wow. And I have Wisconsin over VCU. I know you don't like them. I get it.
I don't think they're anything special.
I think I might have gone chalk on this entire one. I got Arizona over Oregon.
No, you had VCU over BYU.
Oh, right. I have Arizona over Oregon.
I have Oregon over Akron. I have Duke over Baylor.
Right, but I have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds here. Like I think that's what I'm saying. I went chalk. I have the 4 seeds in the Sweet 16. The only one. And then I have Duke over Arizona and Bama over Wisconsin.
And that just leads to the freaking most awesome matchup if Alabama is healthy.
And then I have and then I have Duke over Bama. So
I have Bama over Duke.
Okay. All right, we got one more. So I got Houston winning game 1.
Yep.
And then, hold on, let me get to the other one. And then I have Georgia over Gonzaga over, I don't know. I haven't seen either one of these teams play.
Gonzaga's been to 9 straight Sweet 16s.
Georgia's got the best player in this game.
Who? Anthony Edwards?
No, Asa Newell. Asa Newell, the freshman.
Okay.
All right.
I'll still take Andrew Nembhard. Thank you. I'll take Clemson.
Yep.
Over McNeese. I'll take High Point over Purdue.
Woohoo! You and me both, brother.
Shout out to my buddy Jay Wright, whose kid's at High Point.
Wow. Jay Wright? You have a friend named Jay Wright?
I do.
You have does he coach?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. I have
If he's coaching, he would be on the show with us.
I will tell you I have the Texas Xavier winner over Illinois.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, to be perfectly honest. Illinois is getting so much love. They were down by 35.
I know. That's
I don't get it.
So I got the Texas Xavier team beating Illinois. One of these first fours has to make it through for another game. This is the one.
Kentucky over Troy.
Yes.
I have Utah State over UCLA and Tennessee over Wofford.
I have UCLA over Utah State. So now I have Tennessee over UCLA, and I have Kentucky over the winner of Texas Xavier over Illinois.
I have the winner of Texas Xavier over Kentucky.
Wow. I have Clemson over High Point.
You don't have High Point. I have.
No, I said I had High Point. I said we both.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah, we both had High Point. Okay. I had Clemson over High Point. And then I have Houston over Georgia.
Houston over Gonzaga. Houston over Clemson.
No, Clemson over Houston.
Do you know something I don't know about the Flying Brad Brownells?
I am telling you, Clemson is a better team than is given credit for. I am picking Clemson to win that game. And then I have Clemson against Tennessee. And I have Clemson in the Final Four.
Damn.
So I have two ACC teams in the Final Four. Look at that.
Houston, Tennessee in the battle of just beat the crap out of each other teams.
I have Duke and Clemson for all the crap that the ACC has gotten this year.
And deserved. You're horrendous.
Well, hold on. I'm not disputing that they've deserved it. But here I am with two of them in the Final Four. That's all I'm saying. So my Final Four is number 1 Auburn, number 4 Maryland, number 1 Duke, and number 5 Clemson.
And I go Auburn, Maryland, Bama, Houston.
So you have Bama is a 2 seed, right?
2 1s, a 2, and a 4.
Okay. I hate to say it, but this is where your travels end. You end on Saturday. So you can come. So Carly could be happy. You get to go to Saturday, but you have to come home on Sunday because I don't
move on.
Okay,
In the battle of the Michael Oxley alum.
So I got Auburn over Maryland, and Duke over Clemson, and it's Auburn over Duke. 75-70.
And you know where I'm going at this point. Maryland 79-73.
Oh my Lord. I will tell you something. And I'm perfect. I love your wife. I truly love your wife. You know this. I know. Okay? If your team wins and you are not there, I will never let you forget it.
I know. I know. I had the discussion. Look, I don't know if I'll be there Saturday, but if we make the title game, I will be there.
Okay.
I actually brought this up, and Carly looked at me. I go, "How many times have I brought this up?" She goes, "You've mentioned this many times over the years." She goes, "This is the first time you've actually said that you think there's a chance this could happen."
I will back her. I think there's a chance this can happen. I got you in the Final Four.
Yeah. I wish it was in Florida, to be honest, but I really.
But I don't think you're playing Florida, so it doesn't matter.
We're playing UConn, so that's fine.
Right.
Wait,
no, that's my point, right? I don't think you have Florida to worry about. So okay. So the first 1 seed for you going out is who?
Is Florida.
Yeah, but you have them out way late.
In the 16th, I have them out in the 16th.
You have them in the 16th. Do I have a 1 out earlier than that? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you have Florida in the around the 32.
I have Connecticut beating them in the yeah. I don't.
So let me ask you an honest question.
Yeah, because I love you all the time.
I know. You really believe UConn beats Florida, or are you really just doing this to get a pathway for me to have to see if Carly's going to pull this off? I know you too well.
It's a little bit of A and a little bit of B. look, I don't believe in any of these teams, right? I mean, we've had this discussion. There's no dominant team in the NCAA. Anybody can win, right? Any of these 64 teams can pull off an upset in round 1 or round 2 or round 3. I don't believe. I'm not seeing. There's no UNLV team here.
No, I mean, and I'm also not a massive believer in that winning the conference tournament gets you really ready for this.
I don't
It just means you play 4 games in 4 days.
I think look from the guy who Syracuse had to win 5 in 5 days, right? Remember that, right? Teams that have had to win 4 in 4 days, that's tiring, like ridiculously tiring. And you got to play the next week. No, I don't think that's winning a conference tournament. I don't think is a positive.
No. It's a positive, it's a positive for Michigan because they were struggling going into the tournament, and it puts them on a good path. But, to quote my guys, look, they won 10 out of 11. They won the game before that by 40. They lost at the buzzer.
Well,
was I bummed? Yeah.
I'll give you another thing. Let's play this out. Where would Michigan have been in the tournament had they not won the tournament?
They would have been the same place.
No, you think so?
Yeah, because look, they were this makes no sense.
So if they had lost to Michigan, okay,
they lost to Purdue.
They had lost to Maryland. They would have had 2 less wins, right? Because they would have won.
I don't think they were dropping much further. I'm looking around at the 6. I mean, who are you going to move up? You're going to move up BYU?
Well, look up
Ole Miss.
Hold on. So I'm looking. Would you have moved up Kansas in the 7?
No, they stunk all year. But look at the 6s. Missouri lost in the quarters. Illinois got obliterated in the quarters. BYU, I don't know where BYU. I think BYU. I don't know if they lost in the quarters or the semis. To be fair,
they got bounced in the semifinals by Houston.
Okay,
they went 24-9 in the Big 12.
They went what? 4-9? You said
24-9.
They went 24-9. Yeah, they were a borderline top 25 team.
Right. So they go 24-9. Michigan goes what? Where's Michigan?
Something comparable.
Michigan goes 25-9, but minus 23-10 at that point, right?
Yeah, you're not. Big Ten is considered a better basketball conference this year, although the high end of the Big 12 with Texas Tech, Houston is very, very good. But the Big Ten had just a crap load of depth. I don't think they move. I think them as a 5 makes no sense.
Well, but them as a 5 makes no sense if you mean it should be higher or lower?
They should be a 3 or a 4. They should be a 4.
Ooh.
Purdue, they beat Purdue by 18 in the conference tournament.
Right.
It has not been good the second half of the season. How you beat Purdue, you beat us, you beat Wisconsin. How are you not above Purdue? All
right, so I'm tired of hearing the second half of the year versus the first half of the year. I've always been tired of that. This is an entire season. This is not the first half of the year versus the second half.
No, I think there's something to be said for you having momentum going forward pushes you a little bit higher up.
Okay.
I mean, do you think Florida should have had the 1 seed? St. John's is 30-4.
Yeah, no. No.
I mean, Florida beats Alabama by 20 and then beats Tennessee by 10 in back-to-back games to win the SEC.
Right.
They weren't a top 4 team going into the conference championships. They were not thought to be the 1 seed.
Yeah, but okay, so St. John's has 3 quad 1 wins. That's it.
Yeah.
And lost to Georgia and Baylor. No, they're not a 1 seed. You only have 3 quad 1 wins. Strength. I understand you played the teams that you are on your schedule. I get that concept more than probably anybody else because that's the argument I have every year is that my strength of schedule isn't great. Well, it's the only one that I got, right?
Right.
But the fact is that, to me, strength of schedule doesn't – how do I say this? Strength of schedule, to me, doesn't matter to get you in the tournament. Strength of schedule absolutely matters once you're in the tournament for seeding. So for them –
Do you think St. John should be a 2?
If you can sell me on somebody else being a 2, then I'm fine. Then I'm fine with dropping it. I don't know who else you're selling me on being a 2.
I don't know. I mean,
Right.
the top number 3, I think, is Texas Tech, who they're playing anyway. I think they're just logically speaking.
Yeah.
St. John's is the lowest number 2 because Florida was, or I guess they're not. I guess UConn, I guess they're the highest number 2.
They're the
Because
highest.
Florida's the lowest number 1.
Yeah, they're the highest number 2.
So that means Texas Tech. So Florida's lowest number 1. St. John's is the highest number 2. Texas Tech is the lowest number 3, and Maryland's the highest number 4. I think that's how it works. It's a snake.
Yeah.
Which means if we had beaten Michigan, there's a good chance we would have been the 3. That stinks, but what can you do?
Would you rather been a 3 in that side of the bracket than where you are?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it would mean that also means selfishly they're in the East.
Right. Well, I get that. Right.
Um,
By the way, I think
would I rather play Florida or would I rather play Alabama? Florida just beat Alabama by 22.
I will say this for the benefit of you and your marriage. I think that they are better out in the West where you get the one trip than if they were in the East and you would have gone to the regional likely. And maybe this 32, maybe the regional, and then had to deal with a Final Four. I think you're much more apt to get one trip out of this year than 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I am happy you're out west.
Well, but no, wait. Here's the thing: there's no trip in the East. The game's in Newark.
Oh, that's it. No, trip meaning away. Just any time outside of family and work time. It's still a trip. But here's the other thing for you, and I think this is a beneficial thing for you. The games are played after the kids go to sleep.
We're the 4:30 game.
The kids are played while the kids are up. But that means Jake can watch the game with you.
Yep, Jake will be able to watch the second half of the Friday game with me because he's got soccer from 5 to 6.
And you'll be home. It's a work from home day. It's a work from
I am
home.
working from home.
Work from home day. So, all right. So that's the Friday game. So you guys are 4:30 on Friday. Okay. What time is the Sunday game will be the late game. Like it'll be really late.
Maybe. Let's get past the Grand Christians first. So
sure, let's go with that. All right. So, all right. Who? I know we spoke about this briefly offline. Who is your Mount Rushmore of coaching? You know where I'm going with this, but
yes, I do.
Lead me to the water.
Okay. Well, I think the 2 that are unquestioned are Wood and Krzyzewski.
Okay.
I don't think there's any argument there.
Okay.
If you're going to go modern era,
nope, I'm going all time.
do I want the racist there? Probably not.
Why not? Hank Iba? Not Hank Iba.
No, I'm talking Adolph Rupp.
You're talking Adolph Rupp. Look,
No, I don't know. I just don't think he's won 5 titles.
We got a couple of slaveholders on our Mount Rushmore. What's the difference if you have a racist on Mount Rushmore for basketball?
Oh, okay.
Washington.
I forgot we were talking about real Mount Rushmore. Sorry.
Right.
I think you can make the argument for Pitino. I think you make the argument for Knight. I think you can make the argument for Dean. You can probably make it for Hank Iba. Can you make it for Calhoun? I think he's won. Oh, he only won 2. So
He only won 2.
I think you probably go Knight and Pitino.
Well, we're going to get to – well, Knight only won 2. right?
3, 76, 81, and 87. And the best team he
I
had
forgot
was
about
75.
I forgot about 76. No, I get it. I get it. So, yeah. So, where does Pitino rank? 10? I mean, 4 teams in the.
I just put him in the 4.
You put him in the 4. So you got.
He's won 2 titles.
Yeah.
He's gone to 3 Final Four, 2 Final Fours with 3 different teams.
Yeah.
He has a legitimate chance to go with a 4th. He's done it with a team. His first team was strictly based on 3-point shooting in Providence in 87. A game, something you would prefer to forget, a season you'd prefer to forget. 95.
Yes, I would.
Another one you'd prefer to forget. But I just know they were a talented team. Oh, what'd you say? 95 was his most talented championship. Then he had Louisville, which was kind of a weird combination of a bunch of different things in a strange year. I still count that as a championship, regardless if there was sanctions or whatever. And now he's got St. John's, who can't hit a 3-pointer to save their life. It's just a dirty rebound, like a deep, dirty rebounding team. When Providence was he's been able to change the way he coaches based on the talent that he has. And even this team is completely contrarian to how basketball runs now. And he's done it in 1 year or 2 years, I guess. I mean, which is nuts.
He's done it in 4 different eras of college.
Yes, he has.
And that, more than anything else, to me, that's the most impressive part, is that he has adapted. His game is not the same today as it was with Kentucky or with Providence, right? Right? Or
Completely correct.
Yeah. It has completely adapted every single time. And to me, that is exactly what.
But he's even gone past that. Because what is the game right now? The game is 3-point shooting. They are the worst 3-point shooting team in the country. So he's in 87, they were all 3-point shooters.
Sure.
And they pressed. And it was a different way of playing because that's how Providence is.
Right, but that was 94 too with Kentucky, right?
That was 87. But yeah, that was 86, 87. Yeah, 94 was 94, 95. I forget which.
It was 90.
But
it was
Kentucky.
Right, it was 95,
very
96.
talented, extremely athletic team with Mercer and Derek Anderson and Tony Delk and I believe Shepard. Yep. Although Shepard, I think, may have been 97 with Tubby. But very talented. 03, not an overwhelmingly talented. By the way, I just realized the first 3 I've mentioned are the 3 times Syracuse has been in the Final Four.
I am very well aware of all of that.
Just thought it didn't occur to me.
Oh, trust
Louisville.
Me, it did me. I watched the Kentucky team lose. I watched the 87 team lose. Yeah, and
that Syracuse Michigan Final Four game in, I guess it was 12.
Yep,
I was one of the most painful. I know you were. It was one of the most painful games to watch as a fan of basketball. It was horrifyingly bad. And the reality was Louisville took advantage of teams that probably were not great Final Four teams. I forget who they played in the semis.
And wasn't Wichita State?
No, I thought Wichita State lost in the Final 8. Let me take a look. Or was that the team that was? I don't remember, to be perfectly fair. Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe. I think you're right. Yeah, 72-68 over Wichita State.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That was the Van Vliet and Ron Baker team, if I remember correctly.
I will tell you flat out, that was a game that we watched and we didn't pay any close attention to whatsoever because Louisville killed them.
No, they beat them by 4.
Yeah, but the game was a lot it was 4, but it wasn't 4. Like, the game wasn't in doubt for those that were in the stands. And
I remember that game being actually a pretty good game, ironically.
In the first half, you're absolutely right. It was. But overall, yes, you named 3 Final Fours I was at, 3 Final Fours I watched, and 3 Final Fours we lost. So, yes, Pitino, who, by the way, was hired on his honeymoon by Jim Boeheim, Did you know that?
I did not.
So Jim Boeheim called him on his honeymoon. He was honeymooning in Hawaii, and Pitino cut his honeymoon short to jump on a plane to come to Syracuse, New York, which couldn't be two of the more further apart places, both I don't know, stylistically as well as weather-wise in the world. But yeah, Pitino's first job was on the bench of Jim Boeheim.
That I did know.
Yeah. So and there were rumblings when Boeheim left that they were going after Pitino, and there is no way that was ever happening. None.
Nope.
So, and now we have to deal with Adrian Autry, soon to be Jerry McInerney, a couple of years, I believe. But anyway, so all right, so we've established that. By the way, for those that are tuning in, next week we will recap our NCAA picks along with going through a very quick baseball preview because Seth knows nothing about baseball right now. He doesn't learn until about August 15th.
I know the Yankees have. I know enough. I know the American League.
Wait, I got a couple of questions for you. Let's see. We're gonna do quick hitters to see quick hitters. Okay, name the stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays are playing this year.
I don't know honestly. I know they've been trying to get a deal forever.
George Steinbrenner Field. That is where they are playing. Name the city in which the A's are playing this year.
They're in Sacramento, aren't they?
They are. Congratulations. Well done. Okay. Name the. Okay, hold on. I got one. Name the opening day starter for the San Diego Padres.
Is it Dylan Cease?
No, and it's Dylan Cease, not Cease. It's Michael King. Michael King.
Who's the ex Yankee?
Right, exactly. I'm just saying. All right. Where is Kyle Tucker playing this year?
I think he's in the Cubs, isn't he?
Well done. I am proud of you right now. This is a lot of pride.
That's who I thought the Yankees were going to try and trade with.
This is a lot of pride coming through right now. I got to tell you. Okay, we got two more. The over/under on Anthony Rendon playing 80 games this year.
I would put $1 zillion on under.
Well, it is under. He's already out for the season.
I know that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew that.
I knew he was out. I didn't know he was out for the season.
He's out for the season. Again.
He has the best contract. He's played 240 games and made $170 million. It's fantastic.
No, I think he's made actually more than that. Look, for all
It just seems like a guy who doesn't like baseball.
Well, for all those people that ridicule Artie Moreno as the owner of the Angels, the one thing you can never say about him is he doesn't spend money. He may not spend money on the right guys, but think of the guys that he has signed to free agent deals. Josh Hamilton, CJ Wilson, Albert Pujols, and Anthony Rendon. So in total, that is close to 750.
I was going to say $600-700 million of absolute utter garbage.
Garbage. Absolute garbage. And yet, he still spends money. So, look, I will root for Mike Trout. Oh, what position is Mike Trout playing this year?
Probably injured?
No, he's playing right field. They moved
I know that.
They moved him to right field. Okay.
But injured seemed like a logical call also.
Man, you just hope he's not. I mean,
what a shame. No, it is a shame.
I mean, the amount – oh, you're playing with your ball. The amount of amazing things that we have seen without him is ridiculous. So
the amount of amazing things we've seen without him?
I don't know. I was trying to say something.
What kind of English is that? You're a lawyer.
I don't know. So anyway, all right. Last 5 minutes because I got to run. So have at it.
For the love of God, Joe Shane, don't do it. Just don't do it. You interviewed the right person. It ain't Aaron Rodgers. It ain't Russell Wilson. Take famous Jameis. At least we'll be fun. And then if you go quarterback, you go quarterback. If you go quarterback in second or third round, fine. And let's go from there. Please, for the love of God, don't spend the money. Don't spend the big money on these guys. We're not going anywhere this year. We know that. And Jameis will make it so much more fun to watch.
Yeah. And by the way, Cam Hayward is pretty pissed off. He's fed up waiting for Rodgers.
Yeah, I see the headline also.
But the thing is, it's not his decision. It's Kevin O'Connell's decision. And I will play even more so. For the love of God, Kevin O'Connell, please do not, for the sake of the Seth and Sean Sports Radio, say yes to Aaron Rodgers, because we saved J.J. O'Connor on our fantasy. Anyway. For Seth Kamens, I'm Sean Palmer. We'll talk more next week. Have a great week, everybody. See ya.